Jai Onshpat Paramamsa Paribrajagacharya Sutara Sadasman Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Ananda Koti Vaishnava Ki Jai Namacharya Srila Vidas Thakur Ki Jai Prem Se Kaho Sri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasadi Gaura Bhaktivedanta Ki Jai Sri Radha Krishna Gaura Bhatnatham Radha Kundi Bhajam Ki Jai Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai Navadip Dham Ki Jai Ganga Mai Ki Jai Yamuna Mai Ki Jai Tulasi Devi Ki Jai Bhakti Devi Ki Jai Navadip Bhaktivedanta Ki Jai. All glories to the Asma. All glories to the Asma. All glories to the Asma. Thank you very much. Vandeham Sri Guru.
The following is a class on the Srimad Bhagavatam, 6th Canto, 1st Chapter, text number 28, given by His Divine Grace, A.C Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, recorded on the 28th of May, 1976, in Honolulu, Hawaii.
Sri Rupam Chakrajatam.
Translation. Acharya then saw three awkward persons with deformed bodily features, fierce, twisted faces, and hair standing erect on their bodies. With ropes in their hands, they had come to take him away to the abode of Yamaraja. When he saw them, he was extremely bewildered, and because of attachment to his child, who was playing a short distance away, Ajamil began to call him loudly by his name. Thus, with tears in his eyes, he somehow or other chanted the holy name of Narayana.
Sapasahasnam strim drishtva purusham patidarana. So, at the time of death, there are so many disturbances. We have got experience, but we have forgot. Because bhutta bhutta praliyate. But these things are observed by the sinful person. The Jamaduta, they come to take to the sinful person, not devotees. Just like the whole population of the city, they are not all subjected to the prison laws. Some criminals. Similarly, these Jamaduta go to such sinful persons. They are not all. But it is the question of Ajamila. He was so sinful that automatically the Jamadutas came and they wanted to take him. And the description of the Jamaduta is there, that twisted face and very ugly looking, very fearful, and with ropes in the hand. So naturally he was very afraid. And he was attached to his son. So naturally he wanted to call somebody to save him. So he called his affectionate son, whose name was Narayana. This is the opportunity. Krishna is so kind upon his devotee. This Ajamil was in the beginning a devotee. Later on he fell down. But Krishna, Narayan, is so kind that he gave him the dictation that you keep your son's name as Narayana, so that he will be able to call the holy name Narayana by calling his son. He was very much attached to the youngest son whose name was Narayana. So, unconsciously, he was chanting the holy name of Narayana, although he never meant that he is calling real Narayana. He is asking his son Narayana, my dear son Narayana, please come here, take your food, sit down here, play here, Narayana, Narayana, Narayana. This was practice. This opportunity was given to Acharya, but although he fell down from his standard of devotion and service, but he got the opportunity of chanting Narayana. Ante Narayana Smriti. And when we are afraid of something, so we chant, we call somebody who is very dear. This is very psychological. So when you are too much afraid of this Jamaduta, unconsciously he chanted the holy name of Narayana. So somehow or other he remembered Narayana. Some commentator says that when he chanted Narayana, then all his reaction of sinful life immediately disappeared and he remembered real Narayana. Because he, in his boyhood, he was trained up as a Vaishnava by his father. So, there is big comments on these incidents. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur has written up 3-4 pages about this. So, his opinion is that as soon as he chanted the holy name of Narayana, immediately he remembered real Narayana. That this child Narayana, I am calling my child, how he will be able to save me from the hands of this Jamaduta. He remembered the Narayana, if he kindly helps me, then I can be saved. Immediately there was a response. Immediately there is a response. Jana jana vapi smarana bhavam tajatanti kaleva. In the Bhagavad Gita it is said that the time of death, whatever your mental condition is, that will end. So this mental condition naturally is there, what I practice throughout my whole life. So if we practice this chanting of Hare Krishna name, then there is chance of chanting Hare Krishna at the time of death. That is the examination. In Bengali there is a proverb, bhajan karo, sadhan karo, motte janle hoy. And how you are becoming Krishna conscious, that will be tested at your time of death. If we practice throughout whole life Hare Krishna, then there is good chance of chanting Hare Krishna, because at the time of death everything becomes disorder. The tongue becomes disordered, the mind becomes disordered. There is a verse by Kulashekhar. He was praying to Lord, Advaiva Vishatum me manasa rajahans prana prayana samaye kahuvaka pitto smaranam kutaste. He was praying to the Lord, my Lord Mukunda, now I am healthy, very soon. Everything is in order. My mind is in order, my health is in order. So, I am praying to you, let death come immediately, so that I can soundly remember your name. Otherwise, natural death, it may be that on account of dissolution of the arrangement, physiological arrangement of the body, just like in sleep we forget everything. In sleep we forget everything. The subtle mind, intelligence work. I am sleeping in a nice bed, but mind and intelligence have taken me far away in the desert. I am seeing I am in the desert. That is happening daily. Dream means the stock in the mind of our experience past, maybe many, many years past. But the stock is there, sometimes they come. That is dreaming. Just I will find in a lake, all of a sudden, that is discussed in psychology also, how this remembrance comes all of a sudden. So the example is given, just like in a lake, all of a sudden you will find there is a bubble. So similarly, the mind is the subtle matter that is described in the Bhagavad Gita, Bhumi Rapa Anala Vayu Khang Mano. This gross is this land, Bhumi, earth. So water is little more subtle. Just like in land you can stand, but in the water you cannot stand. It has become little subtle. And then fire, and then air, and then ether. This is the pollution, from gross to subtle. And then mind, still finer than the ether is the mind. And then intelligence. And then false ego. And then the soul. These are the different positions. So we have to go to the platform of soul, that is spiritual education. But there are so many other stages. Somebody is stopping in the mind. He is thinking that this is the final. Philosophy, poetry, imagination, the mind, mental as we see, mostly the Western philosophers, they are stuck up on the platform of mind. They are thinking that this is the final. So far I have studied only Socrates. He has reached up to the point of soul. Otherwise all Western philosophers, they are on the mental platform. So anyway, we have to go farther. So the dreaming is the function of the subtle body, namely mind, intelligence and falsehood. You are not free, the subtle body. So, those who have no knowledge how material things are acting, covering the soul, they at most they can think of the mind, the activities of the mind, thinking, feeling, willing, psychology, or writing some books, some mental speculation, philosophy. They think this is final. But that is not final. You have to go further to the intellectual platform, then egoism, then soul. That is described in the Bhagavad Gita. Indriyani pararahu, indriyabha param manaha, manasastu paro buddhi, Buddhestu japara sa. Krishna is giving all intelligence. That the gross understanding, these indriya, the senses. So, those who are in the lowest stage of knowledge, they are in the bodily concept of life. The indriya, the senses. That's like cats and dogs. They cannot think more than that. So, but Krishna advises, no, don't stop here. Indriyani parayam. Bodily concept of life, sense, pleasure, they think it is all. There is no more other thing. Those who are little above than the bodily concept of life, they find pleasure in the mind. And further, they find pleasure in intellectually. In this way, the thing is very complicated. It requires very cool brain to understand all these things. But those who are meat eaters, they are very dull. They cannot understand. For them, the subject matter is very, very difficult. That is described in the Srimad Bhagavatam. Nidvitta tarsai rupagiyamana bhavaushadi chotra manovirama kav uttama sloko gunanuvada vidajjati pumane vina pasudna. Pasudna. Pasu means life, a living entity. Pasu guna means killer. So unless one who is killing himself or killing this animal, both are killing. The killing of the animal in the slaughterhouse, that is gross killing. And another killing is one who is killing himself without knowledge. That is also killing. He got this human form of life, but without sufficient knowledge, he is killing himself. Mamaprapya. He cannot understand God. That is killing himself. This human form of life was given to him by nature's way. That now you understand God, but he is wasting time by surfing in the water. You see? He got the chance of understanding God. He doesn't care for that. He is unnecessarily laboring whole day in the sea so that he is developing a mentality at the time of he think of swimming in the water and the subtle body will carry him to the peace journey. The subtle body, the transmigration of the soul means when the gross body stops, the subtle body, just like, this is very easy to understand, little brain is required. Just like when you sleep, your gross body is on the bed, but the subtle body takes you somewhere. So the transmigration of the soul takes place carried by the subtle body. And mukti means when there is no more working of the subtle body. This day, this annihilation of this gross body, that is not mukti. Because this subtle body will work. And subtle body will carry you to the next gross body. The soul will be carried by the subtle body, and according to his mentality, nature will put him into the seminar of a certain father, and the father will inject the seminar within which the soul is there, and then again with the mixture of oven and cement, there will be formation, a pea-like body, and the soul is there, and he will develop. Then there will be 9 holes, hands and legs, and when they complete, come down. Again begin your chapter. Either as cat, either as dog, or as human being, or as tree, or as plant, as aquatics. There are so many, 8,400,000. So subtle body is working. Nature's work is so fine that everything, just like the Jamadita, immediately yes, we have come to take. Now if you become a criminal, if you commit theft, one has to inform to the police that here is a thief, please come. It does not, the nature's work is going on so nicely, there is no necessity of phoning Jamadutta. Welcome. But these rascal civilizations do not know how things are going. So this is our whole Krishna consciousness movement is that try to understand how the laws of God is working. That is really. Don't remain fool rested. There are 3 stages. The stage of ignorance, the stage of passion, the stage of goodness, and the stage of transcendence. There are different stages. So, after millions of births, nature gives us this human form of life. When, if we try, we can understand in which stage I am standing. Yes. Either in the ignorance or passion or goodness. And to understand these, there are books. These books are there. So we have to study. That Chaitanya Chaitamrita says, Anadi Bohinmog Jeev Krishna Bhuli Gela, Ataye Krishna Veda Purana Korila. The Vedas, this knowledge, for whom? Is it for the cats and dogs? No, they cannot read, they cannot understand. It is meant for men, and especially civilized men. Not for the crude man in the jungle. Those who are civilized, for them, civilized man means another word is Aryan. For them, just like Arjuna was chastised by Krishna when he did not like to fight, he chastised him, non-Aryan. Kutaste kasmalamidam visame samupastitam anajujustam. You are talking like non-Aryan. Aryan means advanced. So if you claim to belong to the Aryan family, then it is your duty to study Vedic literature and understand your position and make your life successful. That is Krishna consciousness. Thank you very much.
अट्ठाईसवें श्लोक पर क्लास सुना। प्रभुपाद शुरू में कह रहे थे किसको यम के दर्शन होंगे, यम के दर्शन किसको होते हैं, यमदूतों के। हम सब ने भी यमदूतों को देखा है क्या? प्रभुपाद बोल रहे थे।
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी प्रभुपाद इसमें कह रहे हैं कि यमदूत के दर्शन सिंफुल लोगों को होंगे, जो पापी पुरुष।
तो हमको हुए क्या कभी? कैसे पता?
पुराने जन्मों में हुए रहे।
भूतवा भूतवा प्रलीयते, हमने भी देखे होंगे, भगवान ने वो भी बुला दिया। लेकिन किसको दर्शन होते हैं यमदूतों के? पापियों को उसके अवश्य दर्शन होते हैं। उनके उदाहरण क्या दिया प्रभुपाद ने? व्हाट इज द एग्जांपल प्रभुपाद के? इन द सिटी पुलिस इज देयर, बट पुलिस किसके पास आएगी?
क्रिमिनल्स,
केवल क्रिमिनल के पास आएगी। वैसे यमदूत किसके पास पहुंचेंगे? बराबर पापियों के पास पहुंचेंगे। हरि बोल। प्रभुपाद ने बोला कृष्ण अपने भक्तों पे बहुत कृपा करते हैं। अजामिल का उदाहरण देकर बताया क्या कृपा किया भगवान ने. व्हाट वाज कृष्णस मर्सी ऑन अजामिल? अखिलात्मा प्राण.
प्रभुपाद कह रहे थे कि भगवान ने कृष्णा डिक्टेटेड टू अजामिल टू कीप द सन्स नेम एज नारायण. तो उस प्रकार से प्रभुपाद कहे ताकि वो बार बार he will get to chant the holy name again and again. So that's how Krishna is so kind.
और एक चीज बोला भगवान का कृपा के लिए, एक और चीज बोला कि अजामिल को केवल उस मृत्यु के समय प्रेरित नहीं किया, नारायण अपने बेटे को बुलाओ, नारायण बोलो, चलो अभी नारायण बोलो. एक और चीज बोला प्रभुपाद ने. भगवान की कृपा का एक और लक्षण क्या है? प्रभुपाद ने बोला अजामिल अपने भक्ति से इसका पतन हो गया था, ये प्रैक्टिस नहीं, उसके बाद भी भगवान ने चांस दिया. एक तो मृत्यु के समय याद दिलाया कि तुम अपने तुम नारायण अपने बेटे को बुला लो, तुम आ सकते नारायण को बोलो. और दूसरा बोला इसका भक्ति से गिर गया था तब भी भगवान ने छोड़ा नहीं. प्रभुपाद says this opportunity was given to Ajamil although he fell down from his standard of devotional service, but he got the opportunity of chanting Narayan. Hari Bol. तो जैसे ही यमदूतों को देखा नारायण, यमदूत को देखा अजामिल ने, तो अजामिल ने क्या किया? यमदूतों को देखते ही साथ अजामिल ने क्या किया? प्रभुपाद ने विश्वनाथ चौधरी ठाकुर को भी कोट किया उसके लिए, इसलिए मैं पूछ रहा हूँ क्या था. ठीक है, पांडुपुत्र अर्जुन.
Hare Krishna. First he bewildered and he wants to call somebody for help, and he called his very dear one son Narayan. And some acharyas say that it is not that he called Narayan his son, but the moment he called Narayan, all his sins are gone away, and he really remembered the real Narayan.
Hari Bol. प्रभात ने सबका एग्जाम होगा. क्या एग्जाम होगा हमारा? हो गया, स्कूल छूट गया, कॉलेज छूट गया, अभी कौन सा एग्जाम देना है? दैट विल बी द एग्जामिनेशन. वादिराज तीर्थ प्रभु, वादिराज तीर्थ.
Prabhupada was telling that all the bhajan that we do, hearing, chanting, whether that was actually internalized will be tested during the time of death.
भजन करिले साधन करिले मरते जानिले होय will be tested at your time of death. How you are becoming कृष्ण कांच, कितना कृष्ण भक्ति किया आपने, सब पता चल जाएगा मृत्यु को. और क्या था विशेषकर एग्जामिनेशन क्या था? ये एग्जामिनेशन डिफिकल्ट क्या है? डिफिकल्टी अबाउट दिस एग्जामिनेशन वो भी प्रभुपाद ने ऐड किया.
He was citing Mukunda Mala Sutra 33rd verse that at the time of death, because of bodily difficulties, it will be
everything will become disordered, tongue disordered, mind disordered, and then you have to think of that is the difficulty of this exam. Hari Bol. प्रभुपाद ने दो उदाहरण दिए, एक स्वप्न का दिया और एक तालाब का दिया. ड्रीम एंड अ लेक. ये दो उदाहरण किस लिए दिए प्रभुपाद ने? को उदाहरण समझाने और क्यों दिए? अ ड्रीम एंड अ लेक. हरिनाम देव.
Prabhupada was telling that while we are sleeping, the gross body is sleeping, the subtle body is still working. So he was telling by dream that I may imagine that I am going to a desert, or everything I can imagine while sleeping, and every day it happens. So subtle body is working, and then how it is working, any thought of the past can come up. कोई भी पिछले जन्म का या पिछले सालों का कुछ भी सामने आ सकता है. जैसे एक तालाब में कभी भी एक बुलबुला ऊपर आ जाता है अचानक, तो वैसे ही कोई भी थॉट आ सकता है.
हरि बोल. प्रभुपाद ने बोला उन लोगों के लिए ये स्पिरिचुअल सब्जेक्ट बहुत डिफिकल्ट है उन लोगों के लिए। किन लोगों के लिए डिफिकल्ट है? आध्यात्मिक चीज किसके लिए डिफिकल्ट है? देवी गुप्त मत।
हरे कृष्णा, जो मांसाहारी मीट ईटर्स होते हैं उनके लिए दिस सब्जेक्ट मैटर टू अंडरस्टैंड इज वेरी वेरी डिफिकल्ट।
प्रभुपाद ने बोला पहले आपका थोड़ा दिमाग ठंडा होना चाहिए, कूल ब्रेन, थोड़ा दिमाग ठंडा होना चाहिए। गरम दिमाग किसका होता है? नहीं, गरम नहीं होता, प्रभुपाद बोला डल होता है।
डल होता है
किसका? जो मांस खा रहे हैं उनका। हरि बोल। प्रभुपाद ने बोला 2 प्रकार के हत्यारे हैं, 2 टाइप्स ऑफ किलिंग। कौन है?
One who are killing animals in slaughterhouse and one they are killing themselves without knowledge.
हरि बोल। मुक्ति का अर्थ क्या नहीं है और मुक्ति का अर्थ क्या है? What does मुक्ति does not mean and but what does मुक्ति mean? दोनों बताना। बात ऐसे ऐसे करके नीचे क्यों कर देते हैं? मुझको डर लगता है। ठीक।
प्रभुपाद बता रहे थे कि मुक्ति ये नहीं है कि जब आप मरते हो तो यू लिव ग्रॉस बॉडी, तो ये मुक्ति नहीं है। एंड मुक्ति इज लाइक सटल बॉडी, सो दैट लिविंग द सटल बॉडी इज मुक्ति। इट स्टॉप्स वर्किंग, दैट मीन्स मुक्ति।
हरि बोल। तो प्रभुपाद ने बोला इन ग्रंथों को हमको पढ़ना चाहिए। क्यों? क्यों पढ़ना चाहिए इन ग्रंथों को? क्यों पढ़ना चाहिए? ठीक, मायापुर कर।
Prabhupada was explaining like before that the 3 modes of material nature, and he said that the cats, dogs, they cannot understand this, and even those people who are living in forest, only civilized persons, they can understand this book. So therefore we should read books daily.
तो हम तमोगुण, रजोगुण, सत्वगुण में किसी में भी हो सकते हैं। भगवान ने क्या किया है, ये ग्रंथ हम अनादिर बहिर्मुख जीव के लिए क्या किया, जो कृष्ण को भूल गए हैं, कृष्ण ने फिर से स्मरण कराने के लिए क्या दिया? कृष्ण वेद पुराण कुरिला। भगवान ने ये इसलिए वेद पुराण दिए जिससे हम इसको पढ़ सकें। हरि बोल। कृष्ण ने अर्जुन को नॉन आर्यन क्यों बोला? आप आर्य नहीं हो। क्यों बोला आप आर्य नहीं?
Aryan means advanced. He is knowledgeable. But Arjun was saying, I will not fight. It is a behavior like of non-advanced. That's why Krishna told him he is non-Aryan.
अगर आप आर्यन परिवार से हैं तो आपके पास वैदिक शास्त्र हैं, आपको अपनी परिस्थिति स्थिति को समझने के लिए पूरा चांस दिया गया है। आप अपने जीवन का उद्धार कर सकते हो, और तब भी नहीं करते तो आप कौन है? नॉन आर्यन हो गए, आप आर्यन नहीं। हरि बोल। जय प्रभुपदा प्रभुपदा प्रभुपदा, जय प्रभुपदा। प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद, जय प्रभुपाद। जय श्रीमद् भागवत महापुराण की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल।